Yes, so that's a very funny video, and we also need to talk about what he said because it was actually spinning facts. So, Mr. Success, what do you have to say about this?
Well, maybe those Nigerians who were talking actually wanted to be real.
Oh.
But you know, sometimes when you want to be real, you also consider the cost of being real. The truth of the matter is that those people who said Nigerians see cats as witches and dogs, they are not far from the truth. You see, some of us, we were guilty of those kind of things when we were younger. I remember several years ago, a cat fell into the pit at the back of our house. And the women came outside and everybody was saying, blood of Jesus, they brought petrol. And we burnt that cat.
Oh my word.
Now, when I grew up, if I remember that event, I feel very bad. Because as an adult, all of those superstition about cats, I have to debunk all of them. So because I got better understanding, so I know that these are just normal domestic animals that we can use as pets. So I personally kept cats one time. The same me that burnt a cat is the same me that had it as a pet at one time. So I think it's orientation. So I don't follow. You know, if you look at a lot of Nigerians, if you are in your house and a cat should drop from the ceiling or from your, there's going to be serious panic because of what Nollywood and what some other people has told us. And so we have this belief that these are animals. Yeah, there is no doubt that because even scripture told us that spirits can get into animals, but it's not peculiar to a particular animal. It can be any animal. So, but apart from that, apart from those kind of scenarios, I don't think we should call animals witches. And when you get to a more civilized society, don't tell people that you eat dog, because when you say this kind of thing, you make people scared of you, and those kind of people will think that, because if I have a pet as a dog as my best pal, and I know that you have the ability to eat a dog, I can be looking at you from the aspect that if you can eat a dog, you can also eat a human being.
It's a human being, yeah.
Are you getting me? So I don't think it was pretty nice for them to
have voiced that out.
I
totally agree, because they didn't ask if you eat it. They were just saying, you could have just simply said, I love cats, or I don't love, or you don't even answer. You don't need to say anything, basically. So yes, I think I agree with that guy talking about the oversharing. Some things you don't even, it's not even everything you have to say, to be honest. Anyways, permit me my genesis, let me just introduce one topic, because this interests me and I've seen this for quite a while. This is a 21-year-old girl who actually voiced out after she asked her siblings to move out. She said she's done taking care of them or doing anything to, you know, be the best sister in the world. Well, I'm not just going to say anything. I don't even know. What do you think about that video?
I don't know the background story of exactly what would have prompted all of them
Kept going against her
to be leaving. She's a 21-year-old, right? And I don't know what would have prompted that situation. But one thing I can tell you is, if you are staying with somebody who is not your parent, to a large extent, you have to show gratitude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, you're going to have to swallow a lot of things, whether they are comfortable for you or not. As a matter of fact, if you are living, you are squatting, you are not entitled to 3 square meals. You are supposed, if you get one is enough. If you get 2, you should be grateful. And if you get 3, you are supposed to respect that person with everything that you have. The truth of the matter is that some parents didn't do a very good job, and that is what gave birth to this kind of situation. Now you now find one of the siblings, almost the elder one, now trying to help her siblings. The most insensitive thing to do is to say trash to the person who is doing that. And you know the funny thing, if she dies today, God forbid, you see those siblings that look like they don't have direction, they will have direction. You will find that they will probably even perform better than you, who was sacrificing everything that you have to sacrifice. I'm not saying it is wrong to take care of your siblings, but at some point when your sacrifices is crossing border, you're going to have to sit down, rethink and re-strategize. And if you are now the one who is being taken care of, you should be 100% grateful and be supportive. If it means that the only thing that you would do in that house is to take care of the power bills or some other bills, do it. Just somehow show gratitude that I am grateful for your support and not this stupid sense of entitlement. So what those, I don't know how they provoked her to that level where she said they should go away, and I overheard her saying, so you had the mind to hit me this. I don't think those siblings were sensitive enough to appreciate
what she has been doing.
What their sister was doing for them. I've had the privilege to squat with somebody before, but I knew I had to swallow a lot of things. A lot of things that were not comfortable. In fact, I practically became the cook. So I was the one doing the cooking, and I did a lot of. And while I was doing that, I was strategizing on how to live. So when you get 3 square meals squatting with somebody or somebody, you'll be very comfortable. But when you are not comfortable, all your sense will be unlocked, and you figure out how to make more money and how to become more independent.
I don't even think you should be comfortable if you're squatting with someone. Even if you're getting 3 square meals, you should look for a way to get out.
Some people are more than comfortable. As a matter of fact, some people are more than comfortable staying with their parents, even at the age where they are not. If you are 19 years of age and you are staying with your parents, you ought to start thinking
how to move out.
Because there's a way you can stay with your parents as you become too comfortable. That okay, so last 2 years, a lady broke up her relationship because she felt this guy has been staying with his parents. He's comfortable. I am so and so age, and I am looking at getting married. He's not even talking about getting his own house. He doesn't have a job because he has everything at his comfort. Are you getting what I'm saying? So at some point, you're going to have to take responsibility and I have to be a man.
True. Talk more of a woman. Well, anyways, looking at it again, like you said, she's 21. She's still quite young.
Too young for
what she's doing. She's already an adult, and she's not even enjoying that time she's supposed to. I don't know. Well, I don't know what the story was. Like you said, we don't know the base of the story. But looking at it,
you know the funny thing. If you were to turn it around, you will be shocked that those siblings that she's doing that for probably would not even do
the same thing for her. It's very possible. And the annoying thing is, those guys are quite young. I'm certain they probably have girlfriends. I don't know why I'm bringing that up. I'm certain they have girlfriends, they have relationships, and I'm certain the young lady too probably has a relationship, because I feel like what could have given you the dexterity to talk to your elder sibling who is your sole provider, and you are even telling her, like, why would you go out? Like, why would you leave our own house where she's staying? I don't know.
She has somewhere to go. You don't have anywhere to go.
You should even be more apologetic. Maybe that should have made you sit down.
What type of siblings are capable of? If she gets married tomorrow, they will frustrate her marriage. Because that sense of entitlement, and this kind of people that will come into the house and they will say, let's assume that's a guy now, and they'll be like, madam, you did not cook for us. Are you saying they're expecting the brother's wife to do a whole lot because they already have this sense of entitlement.
Well, this is how to say to everyone out there, if you know you are squatting, like Success said, if you're even taking 3 square meal, 1 or 2, you just need to find a way to get out. You can't be under someone for a long time. And well, he said at the age of 19 you should be out of your parents' house. I just feel that once you're in school, you're in university, you don't have the right, well, you have the right because they are still your parents, but you don't have the you shouldn't even be thinking of after school. You should go back to your parents' house. I'm saying this because I also did the same thing. Right from before I left school, I never went back, because I feel like at that point you should start carving out a niche for yourself, start knowing how to be successful. And you can't get everything you want from your parents. The meals, sometimes you want clothes, sometimes you want this, they will always give it to you. You won't understand what the hustle and what the bustle is happening outside, and that's the only way you can actually grow and be strong. And that way you can also be a man and a woman that a man would see and say, no, I love her, she's hardworking.
Yes, and even to youth, to young adults that still stay with their parents, still don't get too comfortable, because so many people are not comfortable staying by themselves, or not like they don't have the financial capability to do that, but they just choose to stay with their parents. So if you fall within that category, don't get too comfortable. You can take up bills or responsibilities in the house, like Success said. Pay the bills, the light bills, fill the gas, do something in the house, and don't expect your parents to do everything for you at that point. Having a sense of entitlement is very bad for anybody, any gender, both male and both female. It is very bad. So have a sense of responsibility and do what's right.
Yeah, so I think I love that what you said too.
Anything about the parents' side or
No, I don't know. Yeah.
Is it that their parents are late, or somehow they are
Maybe in the
not-
village or
they are-
something.
They are not
Yeah.
financially capable of, and she had the financial advantage, and she decided that, okay, my siblings come. I've seen this kind of scenarios.
But I don't think the parents will be within that area. It should be probably the village or something. Because why won't they stay with them?
I know someone. The parents are in this Lagos. None of the siblings are with the parents.
Okay.
They're with the other one. And usually it's always because of finance.
Oh.
And sometimes freedom. They feel like
Okay.
my
some
other
restrictions.
one would give me more freedom than my
Than
parents.
my parents, true.
But the point line is have a sense of responsibility, because if you do, no matter the environment you find yourself, you would have little or no sense of entitlement. Just like she said, even from when I was in my parents' house, I remember I didn't hear it from anywhere. I just felt my father should stop paying NEPA bills. I started paying the NEPA bills. This was immediately after secondary school, even before school. Are you getting what I'm saying? So one of those festive period, I just called my younger brother and I said, I want us to repaint the house. We draft the budget. My parents had no idea. We just said we are changing the color of this house. And we started it. And so even before we got into the university, we were completely independent.
Yeah, which is very good. Anyways, let's read a message, then Jane will take us to the next story, I guess. Okay, so this one says, good afternoon to you guys. Having Dangote drivers trained is good. But what is the state of the truck? Good question. Private car owners are forced to do roadworthiness tests before they are issued certificates. How many trucks are worthy of being on our roads? This is Jide Olauke from Allen Avenue. I love your question, sir. That is a beautiful question. Yes, let me just put you up to that. Maybe you have a response for him. Now, we watched a video where a lady was actually like, well, the drama was Dangote truck was before or after, and she was trying to avoid the Dangote truck because of the story going on. And an update to that is Dangote is now training drivers right now because people are calling for that. So they released the video. The video was posted online, and people saw that they are doing that. Now he's stating that despite the fact that they are training, which is very good, but another thing is, do they do roadworthiness also? Because I know that sometimes you take your car for the roadworthiness and they don't give it to you. They will give you another date and appointments where you have to come back. Now, do those trucks undergo something like that also? And aside from that, how many of those trucks on its own, aside from the drivers, are worthy enough to be on our road, to be plying our road?
Well, I don't think that a company like Dangote would not be doing those kind of checks. Yeah, because one thing I do know that companies like that would phase out their trucks after a period of time. And so I do know that those kind of people also have internal mechanics and workshops where routine checks and all of that is done. I've had the privilege of working with NBC, Nigerian Bottling Company, several years ago. And I remember that there's always a workshop, and periodically drivers would bring in their trucks for check, and the mechanics there's a warehouse of spare parts for the type of trucks that they use. So I think that this is an assumption. I'm thinking that Dangote company would have had some. So I think that their trucks, it's not like their trucks are not roadworthy. I think their major problems was with their drivers.
Right.
And I think if they're able to resolve that, we would have little or no accidents. So I think it's their drivers. And you know that the company itself have been a little bit quiet because, like we said last week, it would have been extremely embarrassing for them. And so the best thing that they can do is what they are doing.
Of course, yes.
So
true.
Let's hope for the best.
We're hoping for the best. Anyway, Jane.
All right, let's take this story. Activist Adeyanju raises alarm over poor Nigerian prisons. Yes, I watched that video and I saw where suspects, they said suspect allegedly, they will have to be dancing.
As a form of punishment?
I don't know. They were dancing joyfully. It's not even as if they're in the prison. I think they know the repercussion of what they did or what brought them to that prison. Those people in prison, well, they may be suspect, they may be prisoners, but still they deserve some kind of treatment. You can see them in the video like they were just together, no space.
It's so crowded.
It's so crowded and it's choked.
Yeah. Anyways, I think for a better use of English, that is Benin Republic, where we had Nigerians who were jailed, must have done 1 or 2 offenses, right? Either found guilty or not guilty, but you know, they are all packed together like sardine in that place with no light, poor ventilation. It's quite dark, and of course it's like Nigeria, we're not doing anything about it. It's like we don't take our own citizens serious in other countries when we are being found guilty or not. So what do you think about this?
Just pray not to be in the prison outside Nigeria. That's in Nigeria.
Why is it like that? Is it are we our problem?
Because the way, okay, let me use an example with the matrimonial setting. Imagine you live in a compound of 2 or 3 flats, and naturally your neighbors are used to you disrespecting your wife, calling your wife's names and maltreating her. The day one of them is going to have problem with your wife, they would probably do worse or call her even worse names because you yourself don't glorify her.
Yeah.
So not everybody knows Nigerians don't value the life of their citizens. The government has not shown any good reasonable action to prove that the value. You hear, check the news. Was it not 2 days ago 22 people were killed?
Yeah.
That went for baptism. The other day we heard what they did. Every week we are hearing. Now so tell me, as an American or as a Ghanaian, and you keep seeing all these news fly, would you take those people seriously? So the government of Nigeria has not shown any commitment to showing that they value the life of its citizens. So is it now the one who is convicted of a crime or who is a suspect to a crime? You will rot there.
Oh my word.
Just pray that you for no reason find yourself in that. Did you listen to this YouTuber Adiola? She said something when they had issues abroad and they were trying to and so she wanted to have a special experience at birthday, and somehow things went south. And her husband, who is an American citizen, was vindicated. But the husband said, I will not leave my wife because she had not become an American citizen yet. And so they had to call the Nigerian government and everything. And so she was just laughing all through the video. And she was just saying, don't pray that you will find yourself in a situation where you will need to call Nigerian government for help. She said the American government responded swiftly. But because she's married to her husband, she couldn't. So that's why I said, just pray. Pray that you don't ever find. Being in a prison in Nigeria it's bad enough. Because we know that majority of there's a lot of people that are there that have not been tried. Are you what I'm saying? So we already know that there's a problem with the system. Now you now go to a foreign prison.
Well, this is not funny. In as much as we're laughing about it, it's not funny. It's just a call for and I'm sure he was making that video or reacting to that video because he was trying to get the attention of the Nigerian government that we have to take ourselves seriously. And it's not just about Benin Republic. It's about other countries aside from Nigerians. Recently, I saw a video in Ghana where they were shutting down the stores of Nigerians without no cause, no reason, no explanation. And they're like, do you see us do this? Do we go to your country and we'll spare like logically no reasonable reason, but because we are Nigerians?
It's a very dark man that still traveled to Ghana to try to. So my question is, see, if we had a working country, people like very drunk now would not even trend. So he's doing the job
Of the government.
So who is supposed to travel to Ghana to? Is it not the people who are supposed to be in charge of this kind of thing?
Yes.
So, like I said, just pray that you don't fall into any of those troubles where you would need.
Yes, please, and Nigerians, let's behave ourselves. If you're doing that in Nigeria, I'm not saying you should even do it in Nigeria. Trust me, like you said, when you go outside the country and you try to call the embassy, don't be shocked at what will happen, because we are also facing it right here in Nigeria, and we're trying to plead to the government to be better. So don't think you want to, throw your balls to the hands of, a foreigner, thinking that you stand true. You won't stand true, because they won't even listen to you. So let's all just be watchful about what we do. But before we go, let's have one more story. Gratitude, what story should we take before we go?
Okay, let's take the story of the wedding MC.
I love that one.
Criticized over virgin challenge introduced at wedding. Ran out of content, because why on earth would you come up with such idea? A virgin challenge. Ask grown-up men to go into where the guests are seated and bring out kids. Like, I really don't get it. And the parents of these kids, I don't know if they were there or were not, but it is wrong in all areas, all standards. By all standards, it is completely wrong. So, Mr. Success, or
Mr. Success, what do you think? Let me put the story in this way.
Okay.
Usually, like you said, he ran out of content, so that's why I laughed. So it's very possible that happened, because he asked. It's always a game, and they could tell you, okay, first to bring me a wig. They could say first to bring me the left black shoe of a lady. Whoever wins, there's always a prize or something I do not know. But this one, like I said, or like she said, which I agree, probably ran out of content, and the next thing was, get me a virgin. And at a wedding, and you see the men running to pick children, and I don't know, what do you think about it?
Well, it's a wedding actually, and he's an MC. I want to believe that he was catching cruise. Yes, because why I'm thinking that way is, you don't even quantify a virgin by physical appearance. So you can't look at, no matter how young the child is, you cannot say because she's this young and you say she's a virgin. There's no guarantee to that until you take her to the hospital or do some physical examination, which cannot be done there. So it's an assumption that she's a virgin. So I want to believe that he was just trying to catch cruise.
But don't you think it's a no-no, even for such a game? Joke, exactly.
Well, it's an expensive joke, and that's to tell you also the quality of the MC. Because there are certain category of MC that would not go that low. Are you get what I'm saying? So, and that is why not every MC can MC certain kind of events. Are you get what I'm saying? So there are certain events where I saw one particular event, very classy. It was Bobby that was the MC, and everything was just classy.
Of course.
The joke. Are you get what I'm saying? So I just want to believe that is his level, and that was why he had to go that low. But I don't think it's a serious thing to take very seriously.
it's actually,
we are taking it serious. We are taking it. They should have said they should go and bring men who are virgins.
Remember the ladies that you saw, the child that they went to bring them, they were all tying the hijab.
Yeah.
So it also tells you that could be another
setting.
So that's why I said I don't think we should take it.
Now let's look at it from this angle. We all know how very smart kids are. They have this very, recorded memory. And for these kids of this age, they really don't know the concept of virginity. So just imagine a child going to school now, after going for this event, and start asking questions. What is virginity? You now start explaining what you should not explain to them. They're not open to things they are not supposed to be exposed to at that very tender age. So it's wrong.
Let me guess.
To me, it's very
what
wrong.
do you think is the age bracket of those girls?
6 to 10.
6 is quite young.
Quite young.
Yeah. There was one. You haven't said 6. There was one that is a child that is probably 2 years there.
I mean,
the baby that they will still be carrying like
and
this.
their parents are there. Imagine that child going home with the parents.
And if I'm the one, I will slap that man's hand. Because why would you take my child? In what game? I would even stop that game. Actually, I will stop the game. I'll call the game to order.
There are some ways that some parents used to explain things to their children. Even if the child asks the mother, okay, what is this virginity? What is this? There is a way a mother will explain. Okay, you don't allow someone to touch you like this. Even small, you hear them saying, don't touch my private parts, or those small.
The rhymes that they teach them in school.
It's in song form. There's a way the mother will try to explain. I don't think it's a big deal. Though the MC didn't mention that go and bring me kids.
A kid, yeah.
That they are virgins.
But at the moment they started carrying kids, we have
that.
cautioned them to drop the kids and probably change the content or something because it is wrong. It happened doesn't mean it is right.
Like
What
I
is wrong
said,
is wrong.
6 is young, but from the age of 10, you should have started educating.
Of course,
yourself.
educating them.
If as a matter of fact, from 8, the child should have known what it means to be a
Once you
virgin.
can read and write properly, I feel like you should be able to know that. So if 6-year-old child can be able, might be able to, and some kids are very smart. At 6, they can read, they can write, they can tell your mood swing and everything. So children, from that point, they should be educated. But this game for me, I've been to a lot of I've been to a lot of wedding, and trust me, there are millions of games that you can play that will keep the crowds entertained, and leave the children and let them be children, leave them out of it. Anyway, we come to the end of the show. It's been so much fun back to back. Of course, thank you, Success, for being on the show.